What's going on, everyone? Jack here from Half Chrome, and this is the Hula drone. It is a small programmable drone with some really interesting features, and it reminds me a lot of this guy, the Tello. There are actually a ton of similarities between this and the Tello, and specifically the Tello EDU. Now, I teach a drone class where we do drone programming with the Tello, so I was super interested in this drone to see how it compared and if this is something that I might want to invest in for my students. There is a lot to like, and I'm pretty certain that this was engineered by the same people that do the Tello EDU, right? There are some serious upgrades. It is a little bit bigger. We've got large propellers. We've got sensors on the back. We've got sensors in the front. We've got sensors on the bottom. We have an LED light. We have a camera on a servo, so it goes up and down, and there's a little bit more that you can do inside the app in terms of programming. We've got AI, we've got augmented reality. This thing is pretty neat, so let's try it out. Okay, before we get too deep into this video, this is not a full review. This is a new product. They're kind of refining some things, I believe, as we go. I believe it launches tomorrow on Kickstarter, or in a couple days in Kickstarter. So not a final product. So, you know, there are bound to be things that will get better over time. And two, any of that background music you hear, that's inside of the app. It just kind of plays. I did some screen recordings of what's happening here, so you can kind of see it in real time. I think this drone has some serious potential, and I'm pretty excited, especially as a guy that teaches a class that uses drones like this drone for coding and programming and flying and getting into this hobby. All right, let's learn some more about it. All right, so you can see this is pretty stable indoors. Has a decent picture. Hi. I do like that we have a gimbal, right, on a servo that I can kind of move the camera up or down. That's kind of neat. Let's look at some of the modes. We have tracking mode, we have 3D rotation, lots of different things, and they're pretty self-explanatory. Let's do the surround, confirm. So it's just going to do an orbit. It is, of course, not tracking me. And if I hit the sticks, it'll come out of the orbit. Let's try the follow mode. All right, so in order for this to track, I have to use this QR code. Why? I don't know. Start tracking. What are we doing here? Tracking? Oh, kind of. We're looking for it. And my girls. All right. So it'll track this QR code, but not a person. I don't know. So that's okay. Now it does have obstacle avoidance as it bumps into my wall. All right, so let me demo the obstacle avoidance. I'm gonna put my hand near it. You'll see it light up blue on top, and that's it. Sensing it on that side, on all four sides. This works, front, back, both sides. Pretty awesome. Lights up blue and it moves away. Now, is this a foolproof way to avoid obstacles? Absolutely not, but it is a nice little feature. So another thing this does is augmented reality, which is shooting AI balloons in this case. So we're gonna try that. All right, so this is augmented reality, which only works if it can see the QR code, and then I have to line up. This is not easy. Oh my gosh, I'm getting dizzy. Got one. Okay, so that's interesting. Not easy, and strange that I have to see that the whole time. I don't understand that, but okay. All right, Joe, thanks. Okay, so another thing that you can do is you can practice your coding with this interactive game level, right? So what I need to do is program the drone, this Hula drone, to fly up, hit those rings, I think, and then land on the helipad. So I have to go ahead and use these different drag and drop codes, right? So I would start with taking off. There's a land, I can fly to the top of the grid, fly forward, turn, right? I add these different blocks, right? And then I have these different interactions. Looks like I don't need those. All right, then I have some controls, some if-thens, if-else. So lots of really cool stuff. I'm just going to run this basic code here, which will of course not complete the task, but just so you can kind of see how that works. I click run, and then it's going to fly that pattern. Ooh, I missed the gem. Oh, I lose, right? So I would again try it until I could, get that code. So that's really kind of neat. There's different levels, of course, for that. That's something that I saw in the Tello EDU app, which I did use with my students prior to actual coding. Then, of course, we have this program lab, where again, similar things, but I believe I can actually use lots of different. Man, we have access to the sensors, recognize position. That's where some of these QR codes things can kind of come into play. So that's really pretty cool. Yes, I want to just exit. I also have this battle mode where I can fly my Hula drone and then shoot lasers at another Hula drone. And I actually see the laser. That light is actually on the wall, so that's pretty cool. So this Hula drone is really pretty remarkable. There are a lot of things that this can do, and I think is absolutely a great replacement for the Tello EDU. If you were using that to program, or if you're looking for something to use in your classroom as a programming tool, this is pretty fun. Now, is it a finished, perfect product? No, there's a lot of things that I think it could improve upon, and I think, it's a Kickstarter, right? This is a new thing. This is a new drone. It's got some work to do, but it is pretty impressive. And like I said, this is using a lot of the same coding and things that the Tello EDU was, so I expect this to continue to get better. Yeah, if you're looking for something to program, this is pretty cool. Look at that light, pretty impressive. But yeah, definitely an upgrade from the original Tello, so that is nice. I look forward to seeing how this thing continues to improve. I think we need some user-friendly language in the app, and the QR codes. I don't quite understand why I need the QR code to be present when I'm doing the balloon shooting the whole time. Why can't we just set it and go? But whatever. Maybe that's something they're working on. Either way, fun little drone. I'll put a link down below if you want to check it out on Kickstarter.